This is the new hero, by the way, of political Twitch. Apparently, it's the DGG new hero, from what I'm being told. Should I watch the? If you don't mind, why did you leave Islam? I really didn't. I only left it in LA, to be honest with you. In LA, it's like I wasn't even a Muslim. And I think the reason for that is just because LA, there's a ceiling between the individual and God. There's just no, there's God has abandoned LA. Or they just built a ceiling to disconnect a human being from the spiritual connection. It's a very fucked up place. It's like, where do these people come from? I'll tell you where they come from, right? I bet you if you did some research on this guy, you're going to uncover really sketchy connections. You're going to uncover some kind of connection to the government or some kind of something like that, right? You'll uncover some shit. Guaranteed. Get some NGOs, some nonprofit, some institution, some think tank. Oh, by the way, this Communist Party did a new Good Morning Revolution, and who guess who they featured symbolically? They featured the person I was responding to in my Substack because they're my I don't know for certain, but I'm pretty sure they're like, oh, Haas wrote a Substack responding to her. We're gonna have her on, and she is controlling the organization behind the scenes. And believe it or not, she's actually definitely I am 94% convinced she is federal agent. She led to the destruction of the Workers' World Party. Um her connections are very weird. She's been all over the Middle East. She's worked for the UN, she's worked for these NGOs and institutions. Um Very weird stuff. And guess who she's best friends with? She's best friends with Brace Belden, the guy who went to fight amongst the CIA backed and State Department US backed YPG in Syria. She's best friends with that guy. How do they know each other? She has a very, 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 very shady past. I guarantee you she's government. I can't. The only thing I cannot do is prove it to you. All I can say is that all the signs point in that direction. I can't prove it though.
Hi, horses. Live indeed. Yo.
We're facing some technical difficulties. We're facing some technical difficulties, and the reason we're facing technical difficulties is because this
We're
is a
tech
fucking
support
hotel.
time where MrGirl and I spend the first 30 minutes of this stream seeing who can get their audio or video working first.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I never thought it would come to a point where every time I see Lauren Southern on a Twitch debate, I'm like, okay, she's my people. And I never thought they would ever come to that point. I don't care what her past was, or people keep saying, Haas, what about? I don't know, bro. I just know what I know from her personally and how my interactions with her. I haven't looked her up, and I don't care to really. I just don't think it's that deep, you know. But every time I see Lauren Southern in a debate with someone, I'm like, okay, it's most likely I'm gonna side with her, you know. Case in point, just this shit, you know.
That's right.
So I turned on my virtual camera.
Okay.
And because of that, it's supposed to work. But I guess I'm oh. Can you see me now?
Hey. There we go.
Can you ask your chat if your audio is shocking for them as well?
You know what? People were complaining about this last night. Is my audio horrible?
The debates are all going to be tomorrow, and I haven't prepared for them. I don't know. I'll prepare for them at the tail end of the stream.
It's clipping, so turn down your gain.
I think it's
bad when Lauren knows what's going on.
try this. Right click me and
This has nothing to do with free speech. This has nothing to do with free speech. Free speech is about politics. It's not about fucking child abuse. Are you gonna replace the white replacement shit so easily? Yes, I am. Most things about class are most things that are spinned about race are actually about class. And the truth, class wise, is that the Democrats lost favor among the American working class. So the reason the Democrats are pro immigration is not because they're humanitarians, but because they think immigrants, because they're going to be more dependent on the Democrats, because the Democrats are the one, there's a desperate people coming from countries the US itself has destroyed. US imperialism is keeping these other countries down from being able to develop themselves. So these are very desperate people trying to help and their families, and they're trying to make a better life for themselves. And they're coming here, and Democrats are trying to exploit their vulnerability by giving them a chance here, making them reliant upon the Democrats. And that's why the Democrats are pro immigration. They're not pro immigration because they want to replace white people because of race. They're not pro immigration because they're humanitarians who want this is a country of immigrants, whatever. They're pro immigration for two reasons. The first one, for politically speaking, is that they are so unpopular among the American working class that they're trying to replace the working class that we have with a new working class. And it has nothing to do with race. Okay, it's just that they are trying to take advantage of people's vulnerability and desperation. And again, it's a never-ending cycle because the Democrats support policies to destroy these countries, underdevelop these countries through US imperialism, creating a vicious cycle. Now, the other thing you have to understand, you think there's a racial anxiety within the white working class? No, I don't. The only racial anxiety that I've ever perceived was among upper class people. I've never seen racial anxiety among working class people. I've never witnessed that in my fucking life. Yes, I'm going to stream the Trump rally. Let me know when it starts, and I will stream it. Moving on. Moving on. So the second thing is not political, it's economic, and it's actually related. So the workers here have wages. One of the ways you drive wages down is by importing labor. And Marx talks about that. So is Marx a racist who believes in the Great Replacement? No. So that's what I have to say about the Great Replacement theory. It has nothing to do with race. It's all about politics and economics. Racial anxiety is like where you see an other and you're like, ugh. You know, where working class people would be like, all right, put it here. I don't know you. I have nothing to do with you. But at least we can shake hands and works, come to understand each other. Just a very working class people got a forthright attitude to humanity. They have a down to earth attitude to humanity. It's only the upper class that has like anxiety about purity and this fucking bullshit shit like that, Let's continue.
in Discord and turn down my volume there. See if that fixes it.
You're at like medium.
Try turning
the slider.
Yeah, slide it down.
Turning it down more?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, speak, sorry.
Hello, hello, hello. Test, test, test. Test,
It's
test,
still
test, test.
clipping on your end. Chat, am I crazy?
My chat says it sounds good.
Maybe it's just my Discord then. My headphones.
Oh my fucking god, man. The buffering. So quality, fuck. He's not partnered. That's why this is the source of all the issues here. This dude is not partnered. So he only streams at 1080p. Hold on, we have we have a child abuser in the chat. We're gonna ban them. Go ahead.
Try turning me down more. Just keep going until, I would turn me.
I can't hear you.
Turn me down until you can't hear me. Turn me down in Discord and turn me up in OBS. That's what I would do.
So to preface, I don't find if you find this guy charming and funny and quirky, get the fuck out of here. You're in the wrong fucking place. This is not the place for you. So you walk in here in Infrared's community and you don't look at a guy like this and think, oh, this is so charming and entertaining. No, we have the stare of the mother and fathers who want to protect their fucking children. Laura Southern is definitely not partnered. There's no way in hell she's partnered. There's no way in hell.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah, you're still super quiet, but whatever.
Someone said it's my Discord settings. What Discord settings do I have to change?
Yeah, I'm getting this what's the word I'm looking for?
I can turn my they said I can turn my gain in Discord down. Okay. Whoa,
my chat are saying he sounds bad on this.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to actually find a new source to watch this from. So we're gonna see if we can watch the YouTube one of this VOD. So MrGirl, Lauren Southern, and that way we're gonna be able to have. Okay, there we go.
For me.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Oh wait, my chat can't though. Hello. Okay, now we can all hear you.
I'm gonna kill myself if that audio stays this way. I lied. Twitch, don't ban me. I'm doing just fine.
Ban me either. I can't see you.
Why am I in the chat? Look, I'm literally here. This is actually my face. What the fuck?
Let me figure that out. All right, everyone. You know what time it is. It's Boomer Tech Support time, where MrGirl and I spend the first
480p, definitely.
First 30 minutes of this stream seeing who can get their audio or video working first.
That's right.
So I turned on my virtual camera, and because of that, it's supposed to work. But I guess I'm oh, can you see me now?
Hey. There we go.
Can you ask your chat if your audio is shocking for them as well?
You know what? People were complaining about this last night. Is my audio horrible?
It's clipping, so turn down your gain. You know it's bad when Lauren knows what's going on.
I try this. Right-click me in Discord and turn down my volume there. See if that fixes it.
You're at like medium. I've got the slider.
Try
turning it down more.
Down.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is so fucking funny? What is so funny? What is so funny? Oh my god, there's a delay. There's a fucking delay. There's a major delay. Holy shit. How do you fix this? How to fix Twitch delay stream. There's a fucking delay. There's a major delay, guys. So apparently this is how we're gonna have to stream. And I think it gets worse. Yeah, there's a really bad stream delay.
Okay, speak. Sorry.
Hello, hello, hello. Test, test, test.
It's still clipping on your end. Chat, am I crazy?
My chat says it sounds good.
Maybe it's just my Discord then. My headphones.
Try turning me down more. Just keep going
Until I can't hear you.
Turn me down until you can't hear me. Turn me down in Discord and turn me up in OBS.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah, you're still super quiet, but whatever.
So whenever the stream lags, what you guys are gonna start noticing is that they just accumulate these delays. And maybe it will get better. I hope it gets better. And lags back to the future. But yeah.
Someone said it's my Discord settings. What Discord settings do I have to change?
Yeah, I'm getting this like what's the word I'm looking for? Like static.
Are you seeing this chat?
Oh, they said I can turn my gain in Discord.
I am from the future.
Okay. Whoa,
you will understand soon. Just wait.
My chat are saying he sounds bad on this stream, but on his stream you both sound great. So maybe it is me. That's weird.
No. I think
Syscoin, is there a way to regain what I lost? Is there a way to like regain the package loss?
Let me turn my gain down in Discord. Okay, is that better?
Is there a way to fix it?
Oh. Well,
I see what you're doing.
I don't know how to fix that.
Can you connect your Discord? From your Discord?
Aired Ambience donated $100. Welcome back. Infrared Rising.
Thank you so much, Ambience. Thank you so much, Ambience. And Jassib for the 5. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. But Ambience with the 100. Thank you so much, brother. Holy fuck, Jassib with the 5, though. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. And thank you so much again to Jasp. Jasp, I appreciate you so much, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's like a 3-minute delay, guys. It's really bad. It's really bad. This is not a phone stream, okay?
Settings, can you choose your actual camera instead of your virtual camera?
Let's see. Can I do that? Is that
okay? Ones if you hear this right now.
If not, I'll just re. Not gonna work.
Okay, fine. I'll make you small in mine.
Someone does. Okay, refresh. Just refresh. Just refresh. It's not bad. Just refresh. No. All you guys got to do is refresh. All you guys have to do to fix delay is refresh. Just refresh. There's no delay if you refresh. Gio, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gio. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Yeah. So, for example, I say ones in the chat, and then you like immediately get those ones. Yeah, there you go. There's no delay when you refresh. Yeah, see? Okay, fine. 5's in the chat, because that might be the delay crowd. 5's in the chat. Okay, yeah, that's like the delay. Those are the delayed ones. Okay, Elpress has got the 5. Okay, just keep refreshing. Keep refreshing to fix delay if you have one. Keep refreshing to fix delays if you have them.
So that it's less irritating. Oh, do you have to reconfigure the whole thing now?
Yeah, but it's only gonna take a second. I'm just gonna crop your. Just have to recrop it. Okay.
All right, so I apologize. I'm gonna sound a bit stuffed up. I've just gotten over the Wu flu, and
Why are you guys freaking out about 760 viewers? I was always a fucking 700 Andy, guys. You guys gotta up your expectations. Start being impressed when I'm a fucking 1K Andy, okay?
Also,
This
very
is to be expected.
little sleep. But who is this? This is a person named MrGirl, and he is very controversial. I actually
Thank you, Jasa.
so
And we're kind of behind, guys, because we were supposed to be at 1K Andy average by now in January. So let's not get too excited, or let's not get excited for being the same as we always was.
I'll just set the scene here. I actually haven't looked that much into you. I don't know about your cuties controversy. I made an active decision not to look too much into you before speaking, to not have too much of a bias.
But also, let's be clear, that also makes it not looking into me also makes it so you have plausible deniability.
I don't care about that. Like, you really think that?
You may not care about it, but it's a fact.
What does that
Thank
mean?
you, Jen R.
Like, why would I want
Thank you so much, Jen R.
plausible deniability?
Well, if somebody says, Lauren, why would you talk to the guy who said this, this, and this? You can say, well, I didn't know he said that.
Oh, this guy's so meta, guys. I can see why DGG loves him. He's so meta. This guy's so meta, guys. This guy's like super meta, and he's like above it all. Like this guy's just meta. He's so meta.
And you have it on record at the very start of the conversation that you don't know what I've said or not.
Why would I care if someone says, "How dare you speak to this person"?
Because let's say that.
Just keep refreshing it. Holy fuck! If you have lag, if you have problems with, I know there's gonna be lag. If you have problems with thank you so much, Serve. If you got problems with the delay, just refresh.
Unless you decide to go like shoot up a school or something, then people
let's
seem
say
to
after
really
the stream
care about that.
somebody shows you that I am a advocate for child pornography, that I've been caught and arrested with it 5 times. I spent 10 years in jail. I love child pornography, and I just think it's the best thing on earth.
Well, then we're going to get into that. I'll probably ask you some questions.
So let me get this straight. When political Twitch is complaining about me and they're talking about how much they dislike me, this is the person they're trying to replace me with. This is the person that they want the alternative. So this is their alternative to me that they've produced and that they've trumped up and promoted as their fucking guy. This is the alternative, right?
I'm saying if you had known that before we talked, do you think that you would be so friendly with me in our opening statements here?
I know you're controversial, and I know people have said you're a pedophile and these kind of things.
So
and
I want to be clear about something. This person is not controversial. You want to know who's controversial? I'm controversial. Okay, Laura Southern is controversial. This is what controversial. Jackson is controversial. Okay, this guy's not controversial. He just makes jokes and flirts and outright advocates for it. It seems like. Thank you so much, Spartan Dude. Appreciate you so much, brother. Holy fuck. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you so much. This guy's not controversial. He just flirts or advocates for child abuse. That's not controversial. It just makes you a scumbag. You are one-sidedly a scumbag. I can't see what controversy taking this position could generate. I could only see that it could generate outright disgust and hostility. And if it doesn't generate that, I don't know what kind of people we are among here. I don't know who these viewers are that we're among that think there's a debate about this.
I understand that, but if I were literally a child pornographer, if I were a maker of child pornography, don't you agree that you would at least approach this with some more trepidation?
Yeah.
How do you talk about this shit without any disgust? How do you talk about this shit without any shame or any reservations or any kind of how do you just say this shit?
probably speak to you, but yeah, I'd probably come in pretty hard.
Okay, and so that's what I'm saying. If somebody says, "Why didn't you come in hard?" You have it now laid out that you have nothing to come in hard about because you have not researched me.
I mean, if I were playing lots of mental games, that would make sense. Sure, if I were like setting up all these building blocks, but I'm not smart enough for that. I'm not. On an emotional, on a
No.
no, 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 no,
You
no.
know,
Let
the
me.
thing is, guys, I can't really relay you specific experiences, but I've always just fucking had this like um these experiences where you confront people with the indefensible, and they're like, "Oh yeah, so what? So what? What's wrong with child abuse? So what?" And you know where this comes from. And when I say you know, I mean you really like absolutely know beyond any reasonable doubt where this shit comes from. Um and Moan Mission, thank you so much, man. Moan Mission, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you, man. Uh Holy fuck. You know what's fucking crazy, guys? I'm ordering some food. I'm starving, so that's why I'm ordering food right now. But holy fuck, Nabuana, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. Holy fuck. You wanna know what's insane? Is that there's so many Lebanese restaurants around here, and you know how it makes sense is because it's like these are my people, and they like this place for the same reason that I like it. You know, there's not really a lot of like um there are not really a ton of uh there's not really a ton of like Lebanese people in LA, and I know why. It's this place is very similar to Michigan where I come from for some reason. It just has a similar vibe. And it really makes a lot of sense about why people like this place, you know? Sorry, let me just so very quickly, guys. Very quickly. I'm ordering it right now. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and explain this to you guys. Hold on. Ordering now. Fucking God, Uber Eats, can you just fucking work? Okay, we're done. Alright, just making sure it's placing the order. Alright, I'm gonna explain to you this attitude that MrGirl has and its origins. It really lies in the way in which gamers and the people who seem to be the most popular on Twitch have managed to create personas. And this is not just about political Twitch, this is about almost all online influencers in general. Is that this type of parasocial relationship has, for a lot of people, started to become a replacement for family values. And by family values, I'm not referring to anything really that deep, as much as it is like being able to condition your behavior, your unconscious, your expectations based on like, what does your dad think of you? Is your mother ashamed of you? Is your father ashamed of you? Are you just the family life is just the ultimate way in which you define yourself as a person. But the internet has given rise to a culture of people who are entirely disconnected from any type of familial substance, right? So never mind the fact that children are always going to be the children of fathers and mothers who are part of families. He is treating children like abstract, you know, uh, entities for his very logical and cold, sweeping, contrived arguments or whatever. But it's easy to talk about children, I guess, like this. It's not really easy to think of their mother or their father and stare them in the eyes while you're entertaining this type of shit. Any real human being is just gonna have this really just deep sense of shame and disgust when you think about it in that way. And I'm not saying that because the issue of child abuse is only because the it hurts the father and the mother, but because it's through the father and the mother that we really understand why it's an evil thing. It's through the mother's shame that you understand what's right and what's wrong. It's through the father's shame and expectation that you understand what's right and wrong, right? It's just basic psychoanalysis type of shit. So, what this guy does is he appeals to that crowd who have orphaned themselves because for whatever reason they've adopted this psychosis where they've just become ultimately fucking what about using rationality? Did you rationally choose your mother? Anyway, and you don't know what fucking rationality is, by the way. I mean, did you know what Kant's critique of pure reason was actually about? It was about a pushback against these fucking psychopaths who thought that they could contrive reality and all human experience on the basis of some kind of pure reason, which is not fucking true or possible. Okay? But the internet has given rise to this pop rationalism that you see among Vosh, Destiny, and apparently this dude. Although Destiny, he seems to back off from it more than Vosh does because he seems to want to appeal more to common sense nowadays, which is a good thing, actually. But more or less, you need to understand that this is a type of self-orphaning that these people have done because you have to understand the viewership. These are basement dwelling, freaks of nature whose mom and dad are like, why are you gaming all day and playing Fortnite? Why don't you get a real job? Fuck you, mom and dad. It's that type of shit, right? And it's led to this psychosis where they feel like they don't have to be part of this kind of familial nexus that defines who they are as human beings. To be fair, a lot of this is also the origins of the new atheist crowd. The new atheist crowd was pretty much the same way. And it's not necessarily, when I say new atheist crowd, I'm not talking about the figureheads. I'm talking about just kids with fedoras living in, by kids, I mean like, teenagers with fedoras living in rural places in America where they've just they're super religious families and they're like, you know what? I'm putting my back on this and thinking for myself. That's all very well, but eventually you do have to return to the fold of your family. And when you're not able to return to the fold of your family, that's not a good or glorious thing. It's a very tragic and sad thing. I know people who are sexual minorities and they would want nothing more than to be re-embraced by their parents and make up with their parents and stuff, right? I'm talking about people who are older and still estranged from their parents because of it. Um, it's not a permanent thing because eventually we do grow up and we do become attuned with our humanity, and we do we do we do have this familial substance. We're not just individuals. We're part of families and we're part of communities. But this person is the end of all humanity. This person is the end of humanity, right? Because he wants to make it seem like we're just individuals. Trump's live. Now, is anyone else covering it on Twitch? Which is the litmus test I'm going to be able to use if I can cover it. Hassan is watching it. Um, where can I watch it? Where is he watching it from? How to watch Trump Arizona rally. It is so hard to access Trump material. Hassan is watching Master Chef, so he's not watching it. You know, the media is basically suppressing it, I guess. 7 p.m. Newsmax will live stream his remarks. Okay, YouTube. Is anyone else on Twitch watching it, though? Is anyone else on Twitch watching it? Wow. Trump rally. Okay, this guy's watching it. Is Hassan not going to be watching it? Okay, he is. He is. He is. He's not watching it. Okay, he's not watching it now. So Hassan is going to watch it. So let me know when Trump actually starts talking, and we're going to watch it. When Trump gets on stage, we're going to watch it. Okay? When he gets on stage, we're actually going to watch it. So keep that in mind.
Let me clarify that on a social, emotional level. It's not that I'm not smart enough to do it. I just don't really think I'm that capable. It's not in my constitution.
So Lauren Southern here is being perfectly reasonable and absolutely superior in her argumentation than this guy. Now, the sophists of political Twitch, the debate watchers, are going to be like, someone spam the nerd face and all. That is not true because she is using a logical fallacy, which is an appeal to feelings, while he is doing an appeal to rationality. But if you know anything about philosophy, rationality ends somewhere. The buck stops somewhere. I mean, reason is not just a self-referential machine. Reason is the reason of something. What would even just look at the word reason? Okay, the reason being what? The buck stops at the sublime unconscious, and the thing you can't appeal to reason for, which is Kant's entire purport and why rationalism died after Kant. Western rationalism is not a true rationalism because a true rationalism does not ground rationality on the basis of an arbitrary premise or an arbitrary form. It grounds rationality on the basis of something that is more material. In the history of philosophy, this thing tended to be God, right? And God is an intuition, right? God is something we feel. It's not something we justify rationally. Just let me know when Trump gets on stage, okay? I know where to find the rally. Just let me know when he gets on stage.
My personality to play those kind of social games, which is why I tend to be very bad at it and tend to have the reputation I do now.
Okay, I think it's fair to. I agree that you're somewhat naive or maybe unwilling to play those games, but finding out if the person you're talking to is a literal child molester, I don't think that's a social game. I just want to point out that you can frame it as laziness, or you just didn't.
Thank you so much, Arde. Appreciate you. Red Ambience. Appreciate it, man. Sorry I read it wrong.
Feel like reasserting me, or you didn't want to have a bias, or
No,
whatever.
so I watched one interview with you and Destiny, but it didn't go over your history.
Afford you plausible deniability, whether you wanted to or not.
I see what you're getting at. I just don't know why.
Red, since Hassan and all them watch those rallies, I'm pretty sure you can watch Trump's rally, and as long as you don't endorse what he says or reproduce what he says in your own words, you'll be fine. We're watching a political figure, you know.
Yeah.
So are you I see that. So I found this interesting with your conversation with Destiny. You seem to care a lot about how people are or could be using you in a social aspect. Like you want to understand the psychology of why people talk to each other, why they avoid certain people online, why.
Are you gonna talk to MrGirl? Yes. I've been told to come here. I have an offer that'll change your life. Go ahead.
They ask certain questions the way they do or have the constitution they do in a conversation. And I think that's interesting because a lot of people don't take that approach in this realm. They all just kind of assume in.
Try to hide the URL of live stream though. No, it's on YouTube. Can I be a chat reader for you? Basically, we hop on call and read chat for you while you focus on what you do. 25 a week. That is the weirdest shit I've ever fucking heard in my life. Okay, I don't. Why do I need a chat reader? What good would that do me?
Some spheres, we're all here for clout, and we're just, it's like Zerka Royale. We're all here for clout. We're all using each other. That's what this is going to be. And then some people make genuine friends on the internet, and some people get.
This guy, honestly, if he's coming from, I don't know who this guy is. If he's coming from that angle of like, is it real or is it fake? It doesn't surprise me he has the takes that he does, because if you don't accept that the internet is completely fake, look, I will stop seeing the internet as totally fake when I like start DMing you privately or get in private VCs with you. Or if I meet you. If I meet you in person, that's like the first step for me to like be like, okay, this isn't just the fake internet anymore. Like there's a real human thing going on between us as real human beings. But if it's public with all of our chats here and shit, it's gonna be very hard for me not to see it as fake. And I'm not talking about political people. I'm talking about normies, right? So I genuinely think the internet is satanic, evil, fake place. Because it is, right? And most of the time when I tweet crazy shit, I'm trying to mock the idea that the internet could be a real place. I'm literally just being like, what a fucking, like, it's one thing like, Haas, you just tweeted something really dumb or silly or makes you look stupid. And then I'm here like, but you're the fucking idiot for thinking there's any meaning here to begin with on the internet. You're the fucking idiot for investing any semblance of reality in this fake fuck place, you know? And that's really the secret of Haas, by the way.
Genuine, solid relationships with people. Why do you care so much about this kind of stuff? Like, is it why do you care so much about the interpersonal relationships between like streamers and people who speak to you?
I have a strong aversion to pretending I'm friends with somebody I'm not. And I have a strong aversion.
Yeah, see, that's not being fake. It's called being diplomatic. And you don't have to pretend to be people's friends to be formally diplomatic. When I get in an Uber with someone and I say, "Oh, hey, how's your day?" or they ask me that, am I friends with them? No, but it's called that's not being fake. That's just called being diplomatic. Okay? That's what human beings do. Um when I enter a GNC, which I did today, and I'm like, "Hey, what up, bro?" Is he actually my bro? Is he my friend? No, but I'm just being diplomatic, that's just something you do. It's not fake. Also, I was going to say that it doesn't surprise me that he flirts with the child abuse shit because the pathology of pedophilia is based in perversion. And perverts want to just um have a direct relationship with objects, right? They hate how things are perverts hate things having to be mediated. For example, in a conversation, like a pervert hates the fact that everything is kind of indirect when you're flirting and like, it's based on subtlety and reading between the lines. A pervert wants a direct relationship with the object of speech and behavior. And that is also the pathology of pedophilia because pedophiles see children as objects that they could just do whatever they want with. Um, they have the psychosis and perversion is the same as pedophilia. It's not the same, but it's part of the same pathology, right? They want to push all boundaries. They want to have no limit, and most of all, they want to foreclose any relationship with the master signifier, which is basically like the name of the father, right? The best way to debunk the idea that pedophilia is natural or inborn simply lies in the fact that pedos get off. People are like, how could people have this idea that pedos have this innocuous natural instinct and they have to keep it a secret because they're shunned by society and society prohibits it. What are your thoughts on? First of all, I am censoring that shit because we do believe in censorship. You're not gonna let you fucking defame the prophet in my fucking chat. You're not gonna fucking defame the prophet in my chat. Second of all, that's a lie. That's not true. Or at least the tradition that I come from, the clerics that have authority over me, I guess, that I speak to, it's not in our tradition. It's not true. That's just not true. Okay? So it's a lie. There may be some schools of thought that do believe that, but before you even have to talk about it, I don't come from that. So it's a fucking lie. Second of all, um, we're not going to talk about this kind of bullshit, right? Second of all, what was I saying? Yeah, a lot of people have this idea that pedos have to work at the expense of the prohibition. Like society prohibits this, but they still have the desire. So it's like there's that relationship. What people don't seem to understand, one's if you cannot hear me right now, one's if you just can't hear me. Or sorry, one's if you can hear me. Just refresh. Just fucking refresh. Just fucking refresh. Holy shit. Is it really still fucking buffering, man? Did it F? Did it actually F?
Based.
Thanks to At Less Bones for my sub gift. Infra 8 has Infra 8 SUNGORILLA. Infra 8 has Infra 8 SUNGORILLA. Infra
so
8
much, man.
has.
Thank you so much. Okay, is it back? Is it back? Is it back? Tell me when it's back, guys. Just tell me when it's back. Fuck, that delay is so bad. That's such a bad fucking delay. Such a bad delay. Just refresh. Okay, you're back. Okay, keep refreshing and shit. Okay, I need to fucking talk about this. Okay. 9 in the chat. 9 in the chat. 9 in the chat. Just 9 in the chat, so I can assess the delay. 9's in the chat. 9's in the chat. That's so fucked up. There's the delays like 10 minutes. I okay, there's one guy who says 9 like 45 seconds later. Oh, that's not the right one. Yeah, we're just gonna keep. Now, at least I know it's working and the speech works. So whatever, right? We're just gonna keep going like this. Um, yeah, I'm. It's so fucking frustrating that I'm trying to get this point in, and that this is when this shit happens. Also, the views are probably all gone, which is completely fine. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, what I'm trying to fucking say is that guys, shut the fuck up about 9's. Shut the fuck up about 9's. Stop spamming 9. That was unironically like 7 minutes ago. Okay, what I was trying to say is that a lot of people have this idea that on the one hand, you have on the one hand, you have this idea that there's a prohibition of pedophilia in society, and then there's also just this natural urge these people are born with to abuse children in them. But that's actually not true. This comes from a big misunderstanding and misconception about the nature of child abusers and pedophilia. The truth is that part of what makes it so appealing to them is that it is prohibited. It's precisely the prohibition that makes it as enticing as it is to them. They don't do it at the expense of at the expense of they don't do it at the expense of the prohibition. They do it because it's prohibited. That's part of what makes it enticing. They just think like it's literally pedophilia, and this is my take, comes from a an unconscious devil's advocate, or not an unconscious devil's advocate. Oftentimes, a kind of conscious devil's advocate, like, what if, maybe, what if, and it's the fact that you respect and ascribe so much power to it that you get this idea that to that object, and that is an object, that devil's advocate is an object. And the fact that you ascribe so much power to it is what makes a pedophile a pedophile. A pedophile respects something that otherwise would not be there. If you're a normal human being, just goes, why would I ever even entertain such a disgusting thing? You would never become a pedophile. But pedophiles, as an extension of their underlying psychological perversion, a more general perversion, become pedos because of that. Now, the reason the ruling elites are so often pedophiles is because the ruling class inevitably gives rise to perversion and psychosis. And why is that? Because the ruling class um, always tries to secure its power by cutting off its origins from its source. And when you do that, you create fake sources of your power that you can secure and consolidate. And that actually mirrors the psychological pathology of psychosis.
To noticing a
Okay,
dynamic
who's in the chat?
in a social situation, especially one that disadvantages me, and not
There's no delay anymore. We're here. There's no delay. No delay.
talking about it explicitly. So, and this has derailed a lot of my streams lately, where I feel like a power play is being made or a move is being made, knowingly or not, and then when I point it out,
So I actually can't stand this fucking guy. I can't stand this fucking guy because it doesn't matter if you point it out or not. It happened. Imagine if I started complaining to Kiana about my optics. If while I was in the heat of it with the chat. Remember the two-hole thing? Imagine if I just started complaining like, why are you ruining my optics and playing games about my optics right now? I kind of told her that in person. Not really. I was like in person. I was like, this shit is all fake and like those optics just fucked me up. Whatever. I didn't blame her in person because it wasn't her fault. It was actually my chat's fault. But okay, clearly for a lot of people, it is still delayed. No, I didn't. I never talked about optics. You can't control these things. Okay, so if you bring it up, it doesn't matter if you brought it up. It already fucking happened. You already look a certain way. You can bring it up all you want, but that's why we talk about optics as something separate. Because optics are not beholden to rational argumentation. Optics is how you appear. How you appear has nothing to do with rational argumentation. Okay? You can appear a certain way because people will fucking spin you in a certain light, and it has nothing to do with some rational premise. I mean, nobody would fucking talk about optics if it was otherwise being the case. Is Trump on stage?
it just like
When you asked why are you making it seem like I made some big mistake? Yeah, but that was me trying to play the game. Of course, that was me fucking playing the game. That's something you could say personally with no audience too. So no, I'm not getting meta when I say that shit. Trump's not on yet. Okay, then don't bring it up.
I basically just derails the whole conversation.
Based.
So
I am
it's like
so
with
glad a
Destiny-
reasonable voice like you is growing. Keep it up.
Thank you so much, Dialectic Skeptic. Appreciate you, brother.
I feel like anytime I talk to Destiny, I do like to acknowledge, like, hey, like you're huge. You launched my career, and made it so I can like semi make a living. I quit my job because I talked to
What? Am I missing something? Or do we have to watch that original one? Am I missing something? What the fuck is that?
you once, like 3 weeks ago, and I think that that creates a huge power differential, and I think it's worth mentioning. And not just a power differential for me, but
Yeah, that's some federal shit. There's some weird glowy. I don't know what goes on. I guarantee you there's federal involvement. Trump is going on. Is he on or is he going on? Is he on yet? Trump going up? Just let me know.
but it also creates like a situation where somebody that big and especially somebody whose fans are so likely to also become fans of mine, can help me way more than I can help him. So it just creates this like weird dynamic. I think every time we talk, that my only solution to it is to talk about it.
Is to what? I think we all are. What are you talking about? 18-year-old? That's like, what does that have to do with it? Being immature doesn't mean you're a fucking pedo. What the fuck is that kind of reasoning? What kind of fucking argument is that? How is being immature a fucking pedo?
And lately, after talking to a lot of people on Twitch, I've noticed.
Are we gonna do a gym stream? How? I already went to the gym today. And that's my gym. I don't think he has access to that gym. I could probably get him in, but like I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm leaving tomorrow. Like right after the debates, I'm gonna debate him and then Dylan. Then I gotta go, packing my stuff and going immediately. Like I leave that night. I don't have time to stay here. And then there is a hotel gym here, but it has nothing. It doesn't even have dumbbells. It has literally nothing. It has like one machine per chest or something.
People will do things, a lot of things, to protect themselves in these conversations.
The debate with Dylan is not going to be live. The one with Destiny is going to be live. That's what I've been told.
And so I want to point out that any declaration either of us make of like, hey, I don't know everything this person has said, is
Let me know when Trump's on stage, by the way.
somewhat self-protective, even if we don't intend it to be. It has that effect.
Well,
Have you prepared any lines? No, I have not prepared anything.
so like I tried to find your cuties review, but I couldn't find it. Is it still online?
Yeah, it's on my website.
But it's not on your
YouTube took it
YouTube.
down.
So I went to your YouTube and I watched two of your songs, the I'm a Pedophile song and the You Can't Stop What's Happening in My Head song. And I saw a third one on Twitter.
So this is what political Twitch is now like saying, like, oh, this is so cute and this is so quirky. This is what we're gonna be a little bit politically incorrect about now. So this is what you choose to be edgy for, but you banned everyone else for being edgy about anything else. But this is the shit you're gonna tolerate. This is what happens when the left gets power, by the way. And I'm not talking about the real left, like the ones that exist in other countries, but the American one. This is what happens when they get power.
Which was the I Kill Pedophiles song. And then I saw, am I allowed to say this on Twitch? Let me quickly ask my chat. Am I going to get banned for saying this word? Yeah.
No, you can talk about pedophiles on Twitch.
Okay.
My whole career is talking about pedophiles on Twitch.
All right, we're good, chat. We're good to go. Full steam ahead.
Yeah.
And then I watched a Destiny conversation with.
I can't tell if he only is doing it for fame, to make it his career, but and that makes me really grateful to already be famous. Because imagine having to do this shit to get fucking big on Twitch. Think about it.
You and I found you very interesting. I found your conversation style, the way your brain works, very interesting. But I could not purport to know about your history. So that's my context for you. I did try to find it. I won't pretend I didn't. But I couldn't find it, and I didn't find it.
Okay, I'll tweet that out today so that everybody can see my cuties review if anybody missed it.
So before we jump into things, should we explain why our first chat was canceled?
For the exact reason I just said, but the other way around. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, that's not. It was. It was canceled because you got pissed off. But the reason you got pissed off is because I did what I just said that you did.
Right. Which I find interesting.
We were gonna play video. Yes, we were gonna play video games together. Because I'm like, oh, cool, like a conservative woman, this will be good. And then I heard about your and I don't know all the facts, so we can talk about this about your refugee ship incident.
Hmm.
And it suddenly felt like
There's so many weird creeps on Twitch that I've met who are like this guy, where like they just have no morality. They have no like they are actual nihilists where they don't I don't even know when they speak. What are you talking about? What are you referring to, right? They treat everything like what do you actually think matters in life, you know? It's so weird and creepy. It's literally sociopathic shit.
that, and then you
Yeah, like soullessness.
being friendly with.
Like for example, when he's talking about this, I don't know what angle he's coming at it from. Clearly a lot of people got outraged from whatever controversy she was embroiled in, and the reason was being there was some moral outrage, right? But he's referring to it in a very like objective kind of cold way, and it's like, what why are you talking about it then, right? What are you referring to it as? Like, what significance could it possibly have in this conversation? If you're not going to come at it from the perspective of moral outrage, why bring it up? What are you bringing it up for? He's like, in this really creepy sociopathic way, he's basically saying, well, other people seem to have been outraged over it, which is quite curious. Bro, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, what relation is he fucking establishing to the subject matter? Yeah, he's so formal about it, you know?
People who other people, including me, perceive to be white nationalists or white supremacists, made me think that I'm going to appear like I don't know what I'm doing, and like I haven't done my research well enough, and like I'm naive and trusting.
Good
Thank you,
luck for the
bros.
debate
Thank you,
tomorrow.
bros.
Infra
That
8
appreciate you.
SUNGORILLA.
Guys, my food's coming soon. It's coming in like 5 minutes. As soon as my food gets here, oh my god, the stream's gonna be at another level because I'm gonna be able to. I'm so fucking hungry right now. So fucking hungry.
Not trusting. Trusting's good. Like I'm stupid. That's what I mean. And I didn't want to appear that incompetent. And so it's not me wanting to not appear being friendly with somebody who is perceived as a white.
I don't know what these people's angles are. I like, what is his angle? Where is he coming from? What are you even talking about? I hear these people talk and I look at them just like, I don't know where you're coming from. I don't even know what is the purpose of this, right? Or what's the meaning of this? You know what this reminds me of for some reason? You know, there's a new thing that's been going on, and you can go ask Jackson. Go ask Jackson. Because he started to notice it too. Whenever I'm going to clubs and shit in LA, there's always like 5 dudes that will just walk up to me and they'll just be like, and I'll just look at him like, do I know you? And it's like, what is going on? What are you, what is this coming from? Right? Where's this? There's just these weird dudes. Zerka told. I think he talked about it on stream. This was the first time we went out. The dude was just like always coming near me, like, "Can I have a hug?" Just some weird dude. I'm like, and I'd be like, "Yo, back off, bro. I don't know where you come from." And he don't back off. And it's like, what is that shit? You know, where is that coming from? What angle is this coming from? You know. There's so many weird people. There's so many just weird fucking people out here, you know? It's called drugs. I don't think it's then why me? It don't happen to nobody else. It don't happen to Jackson. It don't happen to Zerka. It don't happen to nobody except me. I'm the only person who's victim of this shit. she's secretly racist. You know what? Even if that's true, I don't give a fuck. 99% of leftists are secretly racist. I don't give a shit. I only care about what you say publicly. I don't give a fuck if she's secretly racist. I don't give a shit.
Supremacist or who might be a white supremacist. It's that I don't want to be seen
She's disgusting. Well, as much as I've interacted with her, I don't really got a problem with her, right? I kind of like her, to be honest. As much as I've interacted with her, my interactions with her have been pretty positive. They've been pretty positive. My food is here. I'm gonna give him the room.
realizing I'm doing that in real time. Like I have no fucking idea what I'm doing.
And so how
That
do
was my main
you
problem.
like
So,
obviously
let me.
yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So in trying to explain this to you, I think it came across to you as like you're dirty and I don't want to be smeared by you.
It
Which
actually
is fair.
wasn't that's not how it came across. I found it
Okay.
so when I got your initial message, of course I had all those things go through my head where I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy he's got all these accusations about him that he's a
Tell me when Trump gets on stage, guys.
pedophile. He's or he's defending child.
Duel. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Infrared rising.
Thank you so much, Duel, man. Thank you so much. Guys, isn't it so weird? Like I come to Dallas, a beautiful place, by the way. I mean, what a beautiful fucking place Dallas is. It reminds me of home. It reminds me of Michigan. It's very similar to Michigan, actually, for some reason. Like the way the homes look and just the way the stores are distributed. It's very much like Michigan, right? Beautiful, beautiful place. And it's just like I'm good, I'm good. Back in LA, fuck, man. What's going on? LA, I'm depressed I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Almost every single day this month that I've been in LA, I've been very depressed. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've been very, very depressed. Like really depressed, right? Every day in LA, it's hard to fucking get up. And I come to Dallas and I'm just like, I'm good. I'm good again, Feel like maybe it's the shower that's better than the one I have. I have a really shitty weak shower, but I come here and I'm refreshed. I feel like I got the shit washed off of me, right? It's because of the air quality. I actually believe that. I actually believe the air quality might entirely explain it. It actually might be the air quality. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, LA's missing something. It's just missing something, right? And I almost kind of resent. The only reason I'm a little bit excited to go back is because we have some streams lined up. Going to Universal with Jackson and stuff with some people. And I think Jackson already went with them to Disneyland. Those are the people we're supposed to go with. But they couldn't go Thursday and I had to leave Friday.
Porn or whatever, like
Yeah.
should I even talk to him? Like that went through my head. Should I even talk?
Air, culture, climate, we're all shit in LA. Another thing too is that I feel like LA has no natural reason to exist. Dallas feels like there's like a natural reason it exists. LA feels like an entirely like it's that meme. It's like stop trying to make it a thing. Stop trying to make whatever a thing from Mean Girls. That's what LA like. Stop trying to make LA a thing. This is not meant to be a city. People are not meant to live here. Geographically, this is not a place that's supposed to be. This doesn't make any. You guys know I'm like a Duganist, right? So as a Duganist, um, I understand these very mystical, whatever, geopolitical, geographic, historical, fucking polar realities, cultural realities. So everything has purpose, right? But LA is one of those places that don't have purpose. It's like I can't put my finger on what is the logos of LA. He calls it logos. Hold on, give me one sec. Calls it logos. He calls it the logos, right? Like there's each country has a logo, each city has a logos, each state has a logos. I come to Dallas and I'm figuring the logos out, the logos of Dallas. Like Dallas, for example, it's very proximate to Mexico. There's just like a very there's something you can make sense of it. LA, I can't. I it's just like LA is just in this valley, in these mountains. It just shouldn't exist. Has no reason to exist. The Asian thing, though, does kind of add a little bit of sense to it. When you start thinking about Japan and Korea and the Pacific, it's like, okay, maybe there's something going on here. It's a coastal kind of Asian, maybe city, and that's a redeeming thing, I guess. Fuck, I got a lot of food. Come on, man. All right, bro, we in business. Got my food, and let's go.
Talk to him. Do I want to have this conversation? And I was like, you know what? Like, people spend a lot of time doing those calculations in their head. I'm reading a book right now. I'm going to be quoting him a lot just because I get obsessive with whatever book I'm reading at the moment and integrating it into whatever conversations I have in my life. G.K. Chesterton, and he wrote it's his criticism of a bunch of philosophers in his day and age, friends and people he dislikes, and he wrote, "You should never go to a man's enemies to try to understand who he is, nor should you go to the man himself." And I'm like, I don't feel like I can get a proper understanding of who this person is, nor can people get a proper understanding of who I am by what the worst accusations of us are on Twitter. So let's just give it a chance. Sure. You want to play COD? Let's play COD. I'll talk. I'll hear what you actually have to say, and then I can analyze that and, analyze other people's thoughts, my own mind in context with other readings and understandings I have. But I just don't, certainly with my own experience, don't have that belief that you can understand someone by their worst, the worst accusations against them or what all your enemies say. So then, to have that turned around and be like, "Oh, Lauren, I'm going to, be careful because of the worst assumptions I've seen about you online," I was like, oh, damn it. Like, I figured you might find it endearing that both of us were in this position where people have these horrible interpretations of us that we both genuinely believe are deeply misunderstood. I at least assume on your end. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think that some people hate me because of misconceptions they have about me. But I think that a lot of my detractors actually do understand me. They just are horrified by me, genuinely.
Interesting. So that's what I want to find out. That's what I want to find out. I know you wanted to interview me, but I'm going to have far too many questions for it to go that way.
That's fine.
Being honest.
We can go either way. Yeah, I agree that you can't go to the person's enemies or to themselves, but I think that but you're neither. So you.
So here's the thing. These fries. I will never, ever live in a place where my people are not there. See, my people are in Dallas. Want to know how I knew that the minute I stepped foot here? Because I love Dallas. This is a place I could live. I could live in Dallas. Do you understand? My people are not in LA. I'm sorry. Hmm. Hmm. Oh my god, this is like TOS now. This shit tastes better than sex. Oh god. You see these fries? They're literally like they're the specific type of fries. I can't explain it. Hmm. Hmm. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hmm. Hmm. You know, Dallas is a place of Arab Latino fusion. I've heard about that shit. Maybe it was Houston. I don't know. But like, since we're so alike, Arabs and Latinos and Latinas basically get married, and start families and shit. It's actually a really common thing, and I think Dallas is one of those places where I see that a lot. Hmm. I'm just eating fries, guys. Putting this in the fridge. Then I'm gonna grab some dessert. Guys, I'm so fat right now. I got some dessert. These are called cheese cigars. You understand? So let's get some of those base cigars out. I'm gonna smoke my cheese cigar. You understand? Tastes like ass. Food review: 1 out of 10 cheese cigars. Don't buy them. Wow. Based. Damn, man. Oh shit. Okay, we're getting back right into our business. You know what I'm saying? That cheese cigar tastes like shit. I'm still hungry as fuck. I need some more protein. Oh, wait. I need protein. Protein, you say? I have just the thing for you. Just wait. I'm gonna have some whey. I'm gonna have some more whey. I'm gonna have some more whey. And we're gonna watch this.
You're in a good position to understand me, not being my enemy, nor my ally, nor me.
So
And
who
I think I'm in a position to understand you.
who gets to go first in the Alcoholics Anonymous circle, the canceled Anonymous circle? Do you want to start with?
Nazis and pedophiles anonymous.
So what's this whole cuties thing? What's the review there?
Guys, what's the worst thing I'm known for? Is it the two-hole thing? Is that the worst? That's the one they bring up the most, so I'm assuming it's the worst, right?
What happened?
I made a review where I said that Cuties tries to make you attracted to 11-year-old girls and that it's pretty good at it.
And how did?
I said,
Okay.
I said, like, you know, as far as music videos go, like they are kind of hot, and that's kind of weird, and that
So basically the worst thing about me is the two-hole thing from 5 months ago.
and I think it was unethical to be made with real children. But if you take the ethics of that aside, I think it makes an interesting point of forcing us to reconcile with ourselves, like, how do we handle the blurry area between children and adults, and the times when we can see them as attractive or when they're dressed up or acting like adults.
People should be in jail for thoughts. Because guess what? The only way you can measure thoughts is through people incriminating themselves. Yeah, you should be. People should. If you go in public and say, "I have had pedophilic thoughts," you should go to jail. 1,000%.
And as an art piece, I found it.
By the way, when people ask Haas, why do you say you're a Stalinist? This is why. Hold on. What did he say? Let's play it back. We're gonna play it back. I've been ignoring this guy.
So what's this whole cuties thing? What's the review there? What happened?
I made a review where I said that Cuties tries to make you attracted to 11-year-old girls, and that it's pretty good at it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys think I'm smiling right now? Okay, guys. This is what smiling looks like. You know, I'm not really meant to smile. You look at my face. I don't have the face of a guy who just smiles. I don't smile. But when I do shit like this, I'm not smiling. I don't know if it's like an ethnic thing or I don't know what the fuck it is. But this is not a smile. I don't know. I actually don't know what it is. It's just not a smile. A smile is more like, I'm not meant to smile. You think I smile? I don't fucking smile. If Haas is listen, I'm gonna give you the emotional range of Haas faces. Ready? Haas is pissed. Haas is pleased. Haas is sad. Haas is deeply anxious. Haas likes what's going on. Haas getting his dick sucked. Yeah, it's as simple as that. You know what I mean? Like, Haas cringing. You know what I mean? That's the emotional range.
And how did?
I said,
Okay.
I said, like, you know, as far as music videos go, like they are
Yeah, it's called grimacing.
kind of hot, and that's kind of weird, and I think it was unethical to be made with real children.
I never smile. I'm not gonna lie, I never smile. It don't matter what's going on, I never smile. Sometimes I laugh open-ended, like I do this sometimes. I laugh open-endedly when I'm talking to someone like, eh. Okay, take care, man. Bye-bye. And I immediately go back.
But if you take the ethics of that aside, I think it makes an interesting point of forcing us to reconcile with ourselves, like, how do we handle the blurry area between children?
Actually, you guys, if when I laugh too hard, I make a noise. My old friends used to make fun. They used to roast the shit out of me because of this. And it's never happened on stream before. But I make this noise where somehow my voice cracks. And I make this really high-pitched bird sound. Like I like I make this weird noise. I don't even know how to make it. I don't think I can make the noise anymore, but I used to. But it's like this really high-pitched cracking of the voice. Bird voice. And that's what happens when I laugh too hard. And notice it's never happened.
And adults, and the times when we can see them as attractive or when they're dressed up or acting like adults. And as an art piece, I found it a interesting way to force us to confront those things. And
This is what pedos always do. They always say us, like the rest of us are in the same boat with you. Are there any other men out there who legitimately are attracted to women straight men. Because it's what these pedo, like, anime fucking people always do. They're like, come on, Haz, you know you like it. No, I don't. Are there any other straight men here who, like, big, thick, big booty women, big titty women, like, anyone else out here that likes that? And that's what you're attracted to? Anyone else is anyone else attracted to a woman's maturity? And I don't mean, like, way older, but just, like, the like signal that goes in your brain where you're like, what the fuck? Like when she walks and she's like bouncing in a certain way, or like when she just has this like quaking thickness about her. Like anybody else got that like that visceral gut feeling instinct where you're like, you know what I mean? Does anyone else have that fucking thing? Because that's what I have. I'm not attracted to when people say youth is attractive, they're not referring to fucking children. They're referring to like looking healthy basically. Like looking healthy and high energy. But that's still an adult. You know, like for a dude, they're referring to it like an athlete, you know? I don't know, like, where does this fucking thing come from? And there's even some women I've met who like think that's what I want. Right? They do the super like young thing, like where they do like the young the voice and it's like I don't like that. You know what I mean? I don't like that fucking shit. I don't like that cutesy shit or whatever, you know?
Based.
Pedos like to say
Infrared
all
rise.
men secretly like teens. That's not true. That's not fucking true. The truth is that instinctually, we are attracted to women our age. I'm not even lying. Instinctually, human beings are attracted to the women who are their age. And you may deny it and think that aesthetically, like a 22-year-old looks better than a 30-year-old. But if you're 30, your soul and body is going to be more attracted to a 30-year-old. You may not be in tune with that and think you like the 22-year-old more, but you're lying to yourself. And trust me, I know this firsthand. It's always the women around like 24 to 26 that I really am like super, super attracted to. But when they're like 21 to 22 or 20 to 20, let's just say 20 to 22, I have to really like go the extra mile to be attracted to them. It ends up turning out, you know?
And then
And
overall,
I'm not saying I only am interested in women my age. Like 20, 22, you know, I don't mind. I have no issue with that. It's like 5 years younger than me. Yeah, that's fine. But I think the only hard limit is 18 is too young. So to me, the minimum is 19 and above, but 19 is going to be extremely, extremely rare. 19 will be extremely rare for me. That I could ever be attracted to a 19-year-old. Very, very rare, right? I'm 25.
like the ways that we sexualize children.
So do you think that cutie
Older is better for me. Yes. Yeah, it is. Well, I don't know. In not in theory for me. In theory, no. But in practice, yes, it is. Like when I say older, I mean like 26 to 35. For some reason, I just like, man, there's just like something about that age range that for is like I have more success, I guess. I don't know. I just have more success at that age range.
These should have been published or should not have been published.
When you say public, you mean by
Like,
Netflix?
do you
or
think
by,
it should have
like,
been made in the first place?
Guys, keep looking at the. Tell me when Trump gets on stage.
No, not the way.
You know why life experience is so important? Because it's about subtlety. The only women in my life who have ever enamored me, like actually piqued my attention, were the ones who are at least a year older than me. Specifically a year older. For some reason, that's just something I go for when they're 1 year older than me, because they have the right silence. You know what I'm talking about with that? Like they have the right like when to talk and when not based on a common understanding. They'll just give you a certain type of look and be like, "You understand." You know what I mean by that? And when they're younger, they're like, and they don't get it. They're always like, you know, have to talk about something. They always have to be fucking like they just don't get like the right type of silence, you know? Hold on, give me a sense. Oh man. Guys, I hope I can fucking sleep earlier tonight. Not anytime soon, but earlier tonight. Haas likes his women silent. Yes, I do. I legitimately do like that. I like when they're just silent, but somehow get it. And by the way, I don't mean silent in like the obedient sense. I mean silent in the mysterious sense. My weakness, personality wise, is mysteriously silent women. That's what I fucking like.
Way it was, but I don't think it should be illegal. So it's like there's a lot of things that you can do that I think are immoral, but I don't think that someone with a gun should stop you. So this falls in that kind of realm where I'm like, I think we need people out there making immoral art. As contradictory as it sounds, like I stand, like I don't think you should do it, but I don't think it rises to the level of a crime either.
I think there can be acts of public expression that are so offensive to the public that it can be considered a crime. And we need to bring back communal justice. Um, Not illegally, but I'm saying recognized forms of communal justice. We need to bring that back. A village knows justice better than a central authority. A lot of people don't understand what communism is. They're like, in communist states, it's this. No, communist states is where the village rules. If you're in that village and you're offending people's public morality, they're gonna take action against you. And is it gonna be the central authority prosecuting you? Probably not. Or maybe they will, right? But that village is gonna be in charge. Communism is very, very localistic in practice. It's very localistic. They leave it to the village and leave it at that. Local justice. That's what I believe in. Local justice.
Why do you think it's immoral?
Um,
How do you deal with superstition and cults? How do you deal with cults? We had to become a cult just to defend the truth. So how about we start with asking the question, why is everyone part of a public cult already? Why don't we start asking the question, what about the cult that's in power? Tell me when Trump gets on stage, guys. Don't forget about that.
because you're telling kids to twerk. Or you're letting them twerk, whatever, paying them to twerk. But
Now,
whether they like it or not,
I'll
you're
clear.
filming. You're sticking a big camera in a kid's butt, and that's like
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
seems wrong to me.
So to clarify to my chat who don't know, the movie Cuties was a French movie about.
What kind of fucking weirdo just says that? You see how it just rolls off his tongue? Did anyone else physically just cringe when he said that? Is Jackson debating Sam right now? Because we're gonna immediately switch to that, if that's the case. No, he's not doing it now. He's just reacting to the.
About a bunch of 11-year-olds who make a dance team and they do very, very sexual dances and have a lot of sexual experiences in the movie. So a lot of people, Netflix bought it, massive controversy. People were like, this is like borderlining on child porn.
Yeah.
Mr.
Borderlining?
Girl's whole
And
controversy is he did a review of the movie where he didn't fully reject it. I've done a review of Cuties myself for Human Events where I obviously completely rejected the film and don't think it should have been made. I want to dig further on that though. So I asked. Well, I'm also getting into the moral aspect of it. So you said you don't think it's moral because it's sticking cameras at children's private parts. So
the creation of it, I think, is the
Yeah.
problem. That you're, like, I don't think it's immoral to film a kid's gymnastics competition. And even though they could end up being kind of sexualized in the same way, or if somebody were interested in watching that for sexual reasons, they might receive gratification from it. So it's not that's not the part so much that I'm worried about. It's that it sends a very different message to a child to say, like, you're going to compete in this sport, and part of the sport is that you're wearing a leotard, versus I'm going to put you in a leotard and film you because.
Okay, whereas when you have communal justice, like for example, in China, if you had 1/10 of the public outcry that Cuties had in the US, it would be pulled immediately. The authorities would crack down and say, okay, this offends the public opinion. We're not going to have this shit. If you had a fraction, this dude is trying to come from the angle and be like, this is about absolute enforcement of the law versus the ambiguous realm of like art and expression and speech. When it's the opposite that's true. It's literally only the absolute unconditional rights afforded by liberalism. That's the reason Cuties is still up. It's not that you need absolute laws to prosecute this. You need an ability to suspend so-called rights when public opinion is overwhelmingly so offended and revolted by something. So in China, do they have written laws against this? Against all the things that they censor? No. But if you have such public outcry and backlash against something, authorities may just come and crack down and get rid of it. And that's the real ambiguous realm of like humanity, whereas absolute laws and rights are what protect anti-popular and anti-people things like Cuties.
It is sexual, and we're making a movie about sexuality and objectifying children, so I'm going to objectify you. And like, even if the outcome could be similar, it's
Would you be for a new Hays Code? I am for the end of Hollywood. Hollywood must end. Hollywood must be broken up. Every single Hollywood company must be dissolved. Every single Hollywood producer must be disbanded. Complete end of Hollywood. Complete end of Hollywood.
the creation of the second one. I think is inherently semi-child abuse.
And did you just didn't clarify your thoughts on that well enough in your Cuties review, you think?
Actors should be paid less than janitors. And I agree they should have a living wage, but nothing more than that. Actors should only have a living wage, the minimum. We should go back to ancient times when being an actor was considered shameful, or at least lower on the social ladder. Being an actor, and I'm so sorry because I met so many aspiring actresses and actors here in LA, and I like those people a lot. So it's not personal. I'm just saying there's no reason Robert Downey Jr. should be paid as much as he is. There's none.
or what was like the crux that people held on to and were doing all the quote tweets about?
I said that pretty clearly in the review. Most people have not actually seen my review. They've seen clips of me saying that the girls were hot, out of context.
So you objectively found them hot, is what you're saying?
Well, I think it's subjective, but yeah.
Like,
This is what's being promoted on Twitch is like the latest, most scandalous, edgy thing. You know, so I come out and I question the narrative of the Chinese government being the worst boogeyman in the world in Xinjiang. And I'm a scumbag and I'm a piece of shit and Reddit's get left and right. But this dude comes out and admits he's what do you call it? Can I call him a pedo? I think if you say that you find sexualizing children hot, I think it's fair to call you a pedo, right? He comes out and says this, and everyone's like, hee hee, little bit edgy, hee hee. What a fucked up place, man. Remember when that fucking irrelevant guy said I should be deplatformed because of my views on China and Xinjiang? And he, by the way, the thing he thought I should be deplatformed about, China, he had such a poverty of knowledge. He didn't even know that fucking Hong Kong was a British colony. But remember he said I should be deplatformed for that? Does he think this guy should be deplatformed for saying that he was turned on by children? Guys, what are the downsides of black tea? What are the downsides of drinking this? Are there any? Is it just like water with food coloring? What is tea? What is the tea leaf gonna do to me? Does it give me gyno? It's sugary? No, it's unsweetened. It's unsweetened. It's unsweetened. Oh, caffeine. It has caffeine? Does it have caffeine? There's no sugar in this. There's no sugar in this, you fucking idiot. Okay, I guess I gotta go get water then. I'm not gonna get it now, but yeah, I can't have caffeine because I want to be able to wake up. This is ambitious. I'm trying to wake up at 9 a.m. because I'm debating Destiny at 10. And I know it's not possible. I know it's not fucking possible for me to wake up at 9, you know? Too much caffeine, yeah. I'll drink this in the morning for my debate. I woke up today at 1 p.m. and I'm sleep deprived. So put that in perspective.
Fair. In your mind,
Debates at 10 a.m.
you
Yeah.
thought that.
In my mind, yeah, I was like, wow, they actually are kind of hot. So, but like the point of bringing that up in the review was like, this is weird. It's weird. It's a weird.
Yeah, but you stand alone. You know that, right? You know that it's not something the movie did to you. It's something you're just telling on yourself. Because I speak for most men when I say, we're not like you, dude. We're not like you. I know you want us to think we're like you, and we're not. We're nothing like you.
It's a weird thing to have to confront yourself about. To be like, oh, like you dress these kids up to be hot, and then like they kind of are.
Right. So you're saying it's a weird thing and a wrong thing. I'm trying to understand you here properly. That there would be a deliberate intention to try to make people's mind make that connection between a child and sexuality. Which,
No. I think that's fine.
I think tomorrow I'll be okay because I'm not worried. I went to the gym today. I'm so tired. And that tired me out a lot.
Fine. I think that I'm fine with that part of it. I'm fine.
Guys, is Trump on stage yet? Is he on stage yet?
I'm with challenging people to like. I think there's
Did you ever catch Omicron? Yeah, I did. I did like a month ago. I did like December 25th
ways you can make the world a better place or a more interesting place
or 2020th. The 20th.
by forcing people to acknowledge themselves. Like,
I'm not getting a good amount of sleep. There's no way. I'm gonna try to as best I can. I even got like melatonin, although I don't think it's gonna help. But I'm gonna be sleep deprived, which is fine. Because unlike every other debate I've had with Destiny, I'm actually gonna kind of prepare for it. I'm gonna like 1 hour review some stuff.
that you know what, the line of where you find someone attractive is not 18. It's not magically it stops there. It for some people it goes somewhat lower, for some people much lower.
Just take Adderall. I literally feel like throwing up reading that.
It's dependent on situations and relationships or whatever. And I think that if I think we can protect children better if we know that about ourselves and each other. So I'm fine with challenging people to
Okay, so
face that.
if we acknowledge obviously pedophilia exists, so there are people that are attracted to children. We acknowledge that exists within the human psyche in some places.
Well, it's a spectrum.
It's a spectrum, right? We acknowledge that exists within the human psyche. So should not and this is obviously what the natural reaction was for most people. The natural reaction was, we deeply reject this movie because we don't want to spark that or that thing in the human psyche or entertain that.
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think that it's the fact that we all have this thing in our psyche. I think it's more that like when you're trying to create. I can't talk. This is too controversial. I actually can't talk about this. Let's just say, when you see things on the media, you start to adopt it. It's like it's like every other acquired habit, and you obviously have the choice not to do that, but you have the choice not to do that. But sometimes people do things because they can get away with it.
I think some of that is fake. Wait, can I just explain the answer to your previous question about what people's problem was with my review?
Yeah,
most people, when they disclose things about themselves on social media, are doing so for the purpose of saying, ... and I'm a good and normal person, or and this is how things should be. And so I'm very
You're so edgy and authentic, dude.
careful to differentiate between when I'm making a prescriptive statement about how I think the world should be. But I think the assumption is when someone's reviewing a movie that they're not going to make themselves look like a sick monster. And so I think there's an assumption that if I say, "Oh yeah, the movie made me find the girls in the movie hot," that I therefore think that's a good thing, or that I'm completely comfortable.
You know what's so scary and disgusting? He resonates with so many people on political Twitch who genuinely do have this like suspicion that like, oh guys, we all agree that we're just lying to ourselves in public and that deep down we really are attracted to this. Can we just admit it, guys? Finally, he said what was on all of our mind. And then I'm sitting here, and I don't know how many people are with me on this, but I'm sitting here like, no, no, there's no fucking, you're not speaking anything on our, there's no lie. It is genuinely fucking disgusting to entertain child abuse. Like, this isn't something we're repressing for the public eye. We are genuinely disgusted by it. Fucking sick, man. All these Redditors who make shit threads about me and stuff. You know these fucking people are the same people who are like, wow, MrGirl, you resonate with me so much. I don't know why you guys keep talking about Destiny obsessing over him. The dude is here. He's literally here. He's probably in the room right next to me. He probably hears me right now. He's not a celebrity, guys. I'm sorry. He's just not. No joke. They got all these rooms for us, so he is probably like across or right next to me or some kind of shit. I don't fucking know. Why are you impressed by it? I don't understand. You know, it's like you know who was a celebrity that I genuinely was humbled to meet and talk to and see in person was Jimmy Dore. I met him in person, shook his hand. I hate that I did not get a picture with him. Me and Jackson forgot to ask him. But I talked to him for like 30 minutes, and that was very humbling. I really think that guy's a celebrity to me, right? Jimmy Dore, yeah. He's great to talk to. I love that. He's even better in person, talk to.
With that, or that I want to normalize it, or that I whatever.
Jimmy Dore.
There's a lot of assumptions that go into that. So I think part of the problem is that people who are not familiar with me or my content are assuming that like if who's a good clean YouTuber like Mr. Beast. If Mr. Beast came out and said like the girls are cuties, we're hot, obviously the implication there would be, and that's okay, and that's a good thing, and like why? I'm very careful to explain on my channel like my morality is a separate.
This guy's so enlightened that he's above the basic human common sense. He's above that. He can control it, and he's above that.
Topic, and I addressed it separately in the review.
You want to know how he's a federal agent? For sure. He's some propped up by bots or some. I don't fucking know. Want to know how shit is fake as fuck? How much less complicated was the two-hole thing? When I sit here and explain it, it's like simple. Most people refer to the vulva as the vagina as one thing. They don't usually specify the parts. We're talking about sex. Simple. I literally barely made a sentence. And yet, for some reason, I'm still two-hole Haas. Okay, fine. There's not much I can say about it, right? You can't. The minute you try to explain it, it doesn't work. You can't explain things. This guy is literally flirting with pedophilia. Literally admitted that he found cuties hot. And how does the audience react? Let me pontificate upon the explicative details that he is speaking upon. Technically he is not a pedophile. Oh, he is quite an intriguing, interesting person. If you just listen to what he's saying, actually, hear his argumentation. One's in the chat if you can hear this. Yeah, there's no delay. Fuck it. People can still hear me. Okay, like I was saying, when it comes to this guy who's being a literal, I don't know what else to call it. I'm not slandering him. He said he was attracted to the sexualization of children. He thought it was hot. That's a pedo, right? Clinically. When he says this shit, everyone's like, let me extrapolate upon the philosophical implications. There is so much nuance and detail. You are being too rash. When it came to the two-hole thing, what did I get? Despite how it was even less complicated than this. It's just like there's no one who's just going and saying, you don't see people going, pedo, pedo, pedo. You don't see people fucking doing that. You see these nerds taking the nuance seriously, going, um, let me pontificate. Yeah, it's really behind. The one thing, it's so behind, yeah.
From my experience, and I do not present my thoughts. And I think this is the appeal of my channel to people.
That's how I know I'm being treated in bad faith. A lot of people are like, Haas, why don't you just recognize that when it comes to optics, that's just how you objectively appear to people. You appear as the two holes guy. It's not about political biases and shit like that. And I'd be like, okay, fine. But why isn't MrGirl just plainly known as a pedo then? Why is he given so much good faith and people hear his very convoluted argumentation en masse? Why is that? I mean, my explanations are not even complicated. Like when someone makes a fake tweet about me, I'm saying it's a fake tweet and I can prove it. Is that complicated? No. But apparently when I explain shit, I'm coping, right? And I'm two whole Haas, I'm just coping. But when this guy does shit like this, apparently the internet is hearing him out and hearing his arguments actually and taking it seriously. Can someone explain why that is for me, please? How come when I do something, it's all optics and no one hears me out in terms of explanations? When he does something, there's no optics, it's all his explanations. So the optics of him being a pedo, no one focuses on that. No one just goes, pedo, pedo, pedo. No one does that. Everyone just goes, let me hear his arguments and his explanations.
I'm not presenting my thoughts in a way.
Don't call him. I'm not calling him that. I'm saying hypothetically, if it was fair, why don't they do that? Why do they do the two whole thing to me, point blank, but for him they don't just say pedo or whatever, right? Account created 5 hours ago. Ban that guy. I can't ban him. Twitch is not letting me fucking ban him. Is this the fucking guy himself?
Where I'm only going to present the ones that I think are moral. In fact, I'm going to go out of my way to present.
Listen, I'm going to debate you, but point blank, period. Let me do the first. MrGirl, this is how the infrared community receives your fame on Twitch. Ready? Yeah, we're not going to fucking tolerate that shit. Goodbye. We are not tolerating that shit. We are not going to be friends. We're not allies. There's not going to be a bridge between us. We're going to have a debate. There you go. There you go. That's my answer to you. That's my answer to your diplomatic handshake.
The thoughts that I have that I think are immoral more because they're the more unspoken and more interesting thoughts to talk about.
I am going to debate him. He's just not going to dwell in my chat. I'm going to debate him when he's on his channel. I'm on my channel. We're going to have a debate between two streamers. But he's not going to lurk and dwell in my chat and as if he's one of us. But we're gonna tolerate that shit.
So is it just okay? So I've got sorry, I've got so many questions. First of all, I want for my chat for people that are listening. They're all like, well, "What the hell is going on?" So just clarify, like black and white. You think age of consent should exist? Like you're against pedophilia kind of stuff. Like this.
This is perfect. We can watch it happen in real time. So. People desperately want reassurance when you go into murky waters, right? And same
Yeah,
thing
you have
with
to clarify everything going in. But like I'm
Right.
doing this
Like,
because
same-
I'm seeing
same-
mass confusion in my chat, so I feel like anything you say from this point on will just be misunderstood
same
if there
thing,
isn't
I
some
mean-
sort of clarification, you know?
Right. So it'd be like if my chat was like, wait a second, ask her if she believes that in equal rights for people of different races. Ask her if she's a race realist. Ask her if she believes in segregation or if she's pro-slavery. Make her say XYZ. Make some statement or pledge that she's not a racist.
Well, yeah, I can. So like I can make statements like
I
I'm
don't
What
against.
kind of fucking answer is that to this simple question of what do you think about age of consent? Do you think it should be lowered, yes or no? Y or N? What kind of answer is that?
I'm against slavery, but we can talk about
I don't
the.
want you. I don't want you to.
No, I know what you mean though. Like I get what you're saying because you can make a
Oh, is that what we're
definitive. You can make a
You're asking
definitive
me to do that.
statement, but
I assume
but
you don't like
still,
when people ask you to do this.
no, you're right. I don't like that, but
I don't like it. So maybe you should tell your chat to fuck off.
I think that they have some relevant concerns. But all right, what I will tell you, chat, is let's
But
dig
you,
deeper.
but you don't.
Let's dig deeper.
No. Don't fuck with me. You are not sitting there thinking that I want to lower the age of consent. I don't believe you think that. They think that, and they're addressing you with the concern.
Wait, what? I think that. I think he does want to lower it. Well, I would infer he does. I don't know what conclusions to draw yet. Exactly. But if you told me to bet money on it, I would assume that he would make some argument for that, or at least he wants to flirt with the idea of lowering it. So why is it such a stretch that she might think that? I think legitimately, I do think Lauren Southern genuinely wants to ask him that question.
And you are passing it on to me.
No, I don't think that, but I'm
Apparently, he says he does not want it to be lowered. Okay?
not sure that you're.
But he's given so much good and generous good faith that he's not going to be associated with that. Meanwhile, because I went on Kiana's stream, I get to be associated with fascism, misogyny, incel, what else? Never touched a woman in my life. That's all the things I get to be associated with. But he doesn't have to be associated with wanting to lower the age of consent while he defends pedophilia.
Communicating that well enough, and I don't think I communicate my thoughts well enough sometimes either, which is why there's been a large amount of
how
misunderstanding.
convenient.
Which is so fair, guys. It's so unbiased. DGG is so unbiased. They're so unbiased, guys. They're so unbiased.
Yes.
How convenient.
I think I should defend you from my chat, and you can defend me.
It's totally not based on politics. It's based on truth and true optics, right?
From your chat. How's that? You can explain it to your chat. Don't ask me. You tell them. You understand.
Well, I'm trying to fully understand your beliefs as well right now.
I think you
Tell me when Trump is on stage at the podium.
understand just fine.
He's on right now? All right. Let me make the necessary preparations. Tell me what it's called again. CB Conservative. YouTube is repressing it. Trump RSBN. YouTube's repressing the hell out of it. We're going to go ahead and temporarily take a break from this video and watch it.